crime officers, loss adjusters and structural engineers concerned about the safety of what remains of the factory. It was the biggest fire in Norfolk since the Thetford Plastics factory blaze in 1991. And during the night, up to 200 firefighters and backup units from all corners of Norfolk were drafted in as intense flames and toxic fumes spread unpredictably through insulation cavities. But 200 workers were evacuated safely after the fire was first spotted by a 16-year-old colleague.
I was burning all the plastic trays right at the back. All the trays that they do, and it was touching the roof by the time I was out of there. Then by the time I got into my room, all the black smoke was coming down into the shoes.
The first firefighters on the scene went into the factory to tackle the flames, but as the night wore on, the threat of collapse forced a strategic withdrawal.
For a long time I've had firefighters in the building trying to deal with the fire, but I've now withdrawn everybody for safety reasons. The other difficulty we've got is the lack of water. We're out of Attleborough here, and we've had to run what we call a water relay for some miles into the scene here to give us the additional water.
Among the reinforcements rushed into Attleborough were all three of Norfolk's hydraulic platforms. Holes were smashed in the roof of the factory to let the water in. Staff watched in amazement as their factory burned. They began to realise their jobs could be at risk.
I think everybody here is absolutely gutted.
This is my major concern, you know. I think with my wife and the children and that, you know, there's no money coming in. Who's got to support them?
Those fears confirmed this morning when the fire service made a final appraisal of the damage.
The fire's affected about 90% of the main production area, and it probably in total it's affected about 75–80% of the whole plant. The situation this morning is we're damping down because of the stability problems with some of the areas inside and structural collapse. We're having difficulty gaining access into the most central part of the building where the most serious part of the fire was.
We have heard of one or two people the factory may be demolished and rebuilt, or they may buy another site, but this is early days to speculate yet.
So everyone very worried?
Very worried. We had a lot of people on overtime here, earning good money, a good company to work for really, and they're devastated at the moment.
But during the day, senior management said they'd begun to make plans to switch production to other factories and keep jobs open.